What's up, everybody? Chew89 coming at you today with another card reveal, and this time we have Omega Red, and I am super excited to talk about this character. One of my favorite character designs ever in Marvel history, hands down. He's one of my favorite looking characters ever. One of the favorite characters I love. Every time I love the comics, the cartoon, whatever. Love this guy. He's a terrible person, and he's always beefing Wolverine. He's such a great villain. Great villain. And I can't wait to get into him today. But before we do all that, please, if you guys could do me a favor, if you can subscribe to my channel, I will be doing more Marvel Crisis Protocol content. I have a ton of content on Marvel Crisis Protocol, whether it's card reveals, matches that I've had with TTS, panel plays. I even have a podcast going called the Omega Level Podcast. I will link that down below in the description. I will be recording episode 2 today. Don't know what we're going to be talking about. We're probably going to be talking about affiliations and how I feel about each affiliation. Maybe not rank them, but just talk about them and just break them down a little bit. We should be recording that today. Without further ado, though, please, if you guys can subscribe to my channel, if you guys can like the video, if you guys can comment down below, let me know what you guys think. That'd be great. Anyways, so let's get into it. So, so right now, Omega Red, threat 4, which I thought. No way he's above 4. I don't think he's a 5 at all, from what I read. Even though he's really good. From what I read, he's awesome. Basically, to me, he is kind of Venom flipped on his head a little bit. What I mean by that is, we're going to get into the attacks here in a second. Like, he has an attack that heals, right? But it's not a paid attack, it's a free attack, correct? So that's the reverse right there with Venom, right? So, anyways, let's get into it. So right now, Omega Red is health 6. He moves small. Size 3. I thought maybe he'd be a size 2. But, I mean, he is on a bigger base, so that's fine. Threat 4, he's 3/3/4 across the board. I figured he'd be like maybe 3s and 4s across the board with defense. He's pretty sturdy. So, that's fine. Average, and then he's above average on Psychic, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's get into it. So I am surprised that he's moving small. Only reason why I'm surprised he's moving small is because, we just got Mr. Sinister, right? And he has a range 3 energy attack. And he's on a big base and he moves medium. I figured they might be going towards that approach with medium-based characters with range 3 attacks to get him involved in the game earlier. One of Venom's biggest issues is early game, right? I mean, from round 2 on, Venom is really good, right? Round 1, you got to find a way to get him into the game, right? So I figured maybe they would address that with maybe they're going to make a mixed bag of it. Maybe they can be like, okay, we're going to do it for this character, but maybe not this character, right? So we'll see. I figured he'd get medium, but that's okay. That's fine. Move small, just like Venom. That's fine. We can find ways to get him in the game, right? He's on a bigger base, so he should be fine. Round 2 on, right? Anyways, so let's get into the first attack. Carbonadium coils, range 3, physical attack. I thought this might be an energy, but you know what? It's physical. That's fine. So range 3, 5 dice, no power cost. After this attack resolved, he gains power equal damage dealt. That's good. Drain life. Now this attack has me excited right here. After this attack is resolved, if the attack dealt damage, this character removes 1 damage from its... Oh, wait a minute. See, I thought this was per damage dealt. He heals the damage. So they grabbed Venom's symbiote tendrils, and they said, okay, maybe we won't do per damage. This time with Omega Red, since this is a free attack. Okay, this is a free attack. He only has 1 health. Okay, that's okay. So he's not what I thought he was with the drain life. So it's only 1 damage. Okay, I can deal with that though. You know what? I'll take any healing if you can. I mean, if you can heal 2, that's pretty good, right? I mean, what I mean by heal 2 is you do this attack 2 times, you do damage, you heal. All you have to do is damage, and you heal. So that's pretty good. I don't mind that at all. Actually, now that I think about it, you can heal 2 a turn. Not bad. On top of that, he might be a target for all you've got, right? So now if you think about it, you do the attack, you do your 2 attacks, all you've got. Let's say you keep doing this attack, right? Let's say for example, you took 4 damage, right? Or 5 damage. Let's say you took 5 damage, okay? It's Omega Red's turn. You go with Omega Red, you do your 2 attacks, right? Let's say you do damage on both attacks. You heal 2. Okay, cool. You're down to 3 now. All you've got. You do these 2 attacks again. Remember, you only have to do 1 damage. Now, granted, everything's dependent on dice. You can miss, it can block, but with the 5 die attack, you should probably be getting 1 damage, right? Maybe not. But if you can find a way to get rerolls in there and all that stuff, you should be able to find a way to get 1 damage across. If you could do that, you can possibly, within all you've got, heal 5. If you set it up properly, you can heal 4 health, right? Heal 4 health. Of course, you're gaining power because of this. And then from there, you have 1 damage left on you. Yes, you go to daze because you play is all you've got. But if you set it up properly and have field dressing, you can bring him back with 1 health, with only 1 damage on him, and he's back in the game again. So he's a viable all you've got candidate. If I could say so myself, this is a pretty good attack. I'm a fan of this. It's not per damage dealt like I thought it was. That's my fault for misreading it, but it's fine. You remove 1 damage for yourself. I'm down with that. After the attack result, this attack dealt damage, remove 1 damage. That's fine. That works. That's fine with me. Let's get to the next attack. Same thing. Range 3. I'm a big fan of this big spender, by the way, from the pen to play. Range 3, 7 dice, 4 power cost. So before choosing a target, you can make the attack physical or energy. Awesome. See, I thought maybe that would be that way for the carbonadium coils. I thought that would be that way. Right? But that's okay. That's fine. On a wild, let's get to this now. This is the crazy stuff here. This is some cool shit. So absorb essence. Change one of the defending characters' crit, wild, and block results to a failure. Let me read that again. Change one of the defending characters' crit, wild, or blocks to a failure. So they can't re-roll this. Okay. Only if you have a card or you have an affiliation that allows you, or you have an ability that allows you to re-roll failures, or if you're Scarlet Witch, which failures count as successes. Well, not even that, because all they're going to do is count as successes for Scarlet Witch, but she cannot re-roll those dice, right? So this not completely, but this somewhat negates the re-roll game with like Web Warriors, Wakanda, Inhumans a little bit, right? If you can take a die away, right? That's pretty good. Right? So this is pretty good. So change one of the defending characters' crit, wild, or hits to a failure. This character gains 1 power for each die changed this way. So here's my thing. If you roll multiple wilds, do you get this trigger for multiple hits, right? Because this is telling me you gain 1 power for each die changed this way. But I don't see anything that says per wild result. So change one of the defending characters. I think they might have to, I don't know. I'm a little confused here. So right now, I'm hoping this is per wild, right? Because it's saying you gain 1 power for each die changed in this way. So I'm thinking this is per wild. This has to be per wild. That's your roll. So effectively, now granted, this is not an expensive attack either. Think about it. It's 4 power cost. You should be gaining power by doing attacks and like tanking attacks, whatever. From there, you should be able to do this attack. And let's say, for example, you roll 2 wilds. If I'm reading this correctly, now I could be reading this wrong. If you roll 2 wilds, you can change 2 of the results, right, to failures. They can't re-roll them. And then from there, you gain 2 power. So effectively, Red Terror will cost 2 power, if you think about it that way. So if you're going for you should probably, on a 7 die attack, you can probably get 2 wilds, right? There you go. But the thing is I don't see per wild. So somebody needs to clear that up with me. If you can tell me down below what you think about this Red Terror attack. I'm thinking it's per wild, but it doesn't say per wild, so I'm a little confused. All right. This character and enemy characters within 2. No, this is Death Factor. Here we go. This is one of my favorite things. This character and enemy characters within 2 of it, with the poison special condition, suffer 2 damage in the order of your choosing. This will work on once per turn. So if you can find a way to pull people into Omega Red, and we're going to get to that in a minute. If you can find a way to put them in Omega Red, if they all have poison on them, and you have just, let's say, for example, you're playing a condition game and you just got a bunch of models that can put out poison. They're in for a rough day when they get next to Omega Red. 2 damage is that's pretty significant. That's a lot. That's pretty good damage in my opinion. And snare. Push an enemy towards this character. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Venom flipped on his head, kind of. Venom has a range 4 pull as well, so he can pull people towards you within range 4. So does Omega Red here. So push an enemy character within 4 of this character's line. In this character's line of sight. Oh, wait a minute here. Interesting. Push an enemy character within 4, and in this character's line of sight. So Omega Red needs to be able to see you. Okay. Toward this character, medium. A character can be pushed by the superpower only once per turn. That's a pretty significant range, by the way. So, and this says a character, right? Venom's, I believe, if I don't remember it correctly, but I believe Venom is once per turn. Okay, so just give me 1 second here. Let me take a look at this. I have the Assemble app right now. Let me just confirm. Because I think Venom's is once per turn. And I can be wrong. This won't take me long, guys. 1 second. Any minute now. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's go to Venom. Venom. There we go. Okay. Oh no, Venom is a character. So you can be doing multiple times Venom. I've been screwing that up. So same thing as Venom, right? So you can push a character towards you. So you can push multiple characters towards you. So the jank is, if you can build up enough power, and let's get into the rest of it here. So carbonadium armor. When this character would suffer damage from enemy effect, reduce it by 1. That's really, really cool. So effectively, he's already blocking an attack. So he's tanky as well. Okay, he's pretty tanky. Good defense dice. He has a way to heal. This character is going to be now I know why. Maybe they don't have a moving medium. Maybe they had a moving medium and they're like, no, this is too good. So small. I'm starting to see why now. You have to find other ways to get Omega Red and probably gain round 1, but round 2 on, you should be like harassing people with Omega Red, in my opinion. Okay, so let's get to Death Spores. This is innate, right? Enemy characters that end their activation within 2 of this character gain the poison special condition. So enemy characters, so you have to have enemy characters end their activation within 2 of you. Okay. Hold on. Let's keep reading this. Additionally, at the end of this character's activation, enemy characters within 2 of it gain. Ooh, see, I like what they did here. So they made it both ways. If you are within 2 and you end your activation with an Omega Red, you gain poison. But if I end my turn with Omega Red within 2 of you, you gain poison. I like that they did that and didn't leave it one way. Because if they left it that one way right there, this would never work. People, you would have to really not understand what you're doing or understand what Omega Red is doing at all to not pull this off if that first sentence were only in there. Okay? So that's really good. That's awesome. I'm already seeing how to play this character in my head right now. And I have ideas for him, let me tell you. Okay, so you can end within 2. So here's the jank, right? So what you want to do is you want to build up as much power as you can, right? So you want to pull off carbonadium coils a couple times, right? If you can pull off 4 power, now here's the thing. You can pull off 2 snares, okay? And what you could do from there, now here's what I would do. I would wait. You would have to plan this out. What I mean by that is that you would have to find 2 characters that have activated, right? And you need priority. So you have to find 2 characters that have activated already. So maybe it's, okay, you go, let's say I go, you go, I go, you go. You have 2 characters that have activated. From there, Omega Red should target those 2 characters, right? Or maybe you wait for a third. Who knows, right? Who knows what your game plan is? Let's say you wait for a third. What you do is is that you build up your power, right? And if you can somehow pull off 6 power, you pull in all 3 of those characters. Okay, you pull all the ones that have activated. Now, why I say activated is because it's going to be easier for you to pull off the 2 damage on those characters if you have priority that next turn. Because this is what you do. So you pull in all 3 of those characters, right? You do your attacks, whatever. Pull them in. Your innate kicks off. You end your turn, right? You end your turn, your innate kicks off. They all get poisoned. You start your turn next turn with Omega Red. You should have let's say, for example, you only gain 6 power, right? You used all 6 to ensnare. You start next turn with 1 power. Maybe you pull off an attack on somebody, whatever the case may be, okay? From there, if you got 3 characters around you, afterwards you spend 2 power, boom, everybody takes 2 damage from the death factor. That's literally all you do. So you can daze in a turn 3. So turn 2 you do that. Turn 3 you get in and you pull this off. You have the potential of dazing, depending on where all their damage is at, right? You have the potential of dazing 3 characters. Turn 3. Now, if you do that turn 3 and you take away 3 activations, you should be going up on points at that point and in a really good position to win the game. Now, granted, you're going to get all that back at you with all the power on after dead, but the fact is you took away 3 activations and you basically took away a round from your opponent. That's the way I would be playing this. Turn 2, I would just be sitting and waiting. Find a couple models that have activated. Okay, do I have priority next turn? Okay, I do have priority. Cool. Let's ensnare some people. Boom, 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 boom. Come close to me. Build up a little more power. Okay, cool. That next turn, literally, damage who I would need to damage, and then kick this off. If they're not dazed already, right? Do this, daze them. Do that and daze them. They lost the turn. They literally lost the round at that point. That's the way I would be playing this, in my opinion. Let's get to his injured side. So his injured side, nothing really changes. Still the same health, still the same defense. I like the fact that he's tanky. He has a little bit of a control game going for him. He does move small, so you have to find a way to get him in round 1. But personally, for me, what I would do is I would probably wait. He's on turn 1. He's the last activation model, right? Turn 1 last activation. Just position him in a spot where he can be effective. Okay. Then turn 2, I'm thinking maybe around my 3rd activation or 4th, depending on how many characters I have. That's when I start popping off with Omega Red and seeing if I can go ahead and start turn 3. Now this all depends on if you have priority. Start turn 3, dazing those 3 models, and then just going to town. That's how I would play it. Just my opinion. That's how I would play it. Okay. So, yeah, nothing much changes on his injured side. Those are my thoughts on Omega Red. Personally, I think he might be affiliated with the X-Force, maybe Cabal. I don't see anything with Free Agent here. I don't see him with Brotherhood. I don't remember Omega Red with Brotherhood at any point in the comics at all. So, I don't know. I think X-Force for sure, because he was an X-Force at one point for a little bit. That would make the most sense. I will play him constantly with the X-Force. I've already said this. This model, one of the best looking models in the game, by far. He's going to be on every roster I play. I don't care who it is. On Avengers, he's awesome with Steve, by the way, because of the -1 to the superpowers. He's flexible. I like the way he plays. The only knock on him is the small movement, but honestly, after reading everything here, it makes sense. It really does make sense why he moves small. If he moves medium, jeez. People will hate him. They're going to hate him now. They're going to hate the way I play him. That's for sure. A lot of people are going to hate the way I play him, and I'm going to love every minute of it. Anyways, guys, that's it from me, guys. Thank you. Let me know what you guys think of Omega Red down below in his card, and just tell me what your strategies are with him. What would you do with him? What do you think about my strategy with basically starting turn 2 with him, building up the power, ensnaring as many people as I can, and then top of turn 3, pop the 2 damage for the poison on each character, and then just go to town. That's basically my strategy with him. Just let me know what you guys think of that. Let me know what you guys would rather do with him. What teams would you play Omega Red on? Do you think he's going to be on X-Force? Anything. Tell me everything you think about this character. Let me know your thoughts down below. Please comment, like, dislike the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll have more and more Crisis Protocol content. And that's it for me. You guys have a wonderful day. Again, I will be recording on the Omega Level podcast, episode 2. We're definitely going to get more in depth with this, for sure. Hopefully today we record. If not, we'll record tomorrow. I just have to figure it out with my partner here. And we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful, blessed day. Take care. Remember, like I said, like, dislike, subscribe. We'll get more MCP content. Take it easy, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.